Welcome to your Monday fix of Tech Stocks Daily, where we serve the freshest, juiciest tech news direct to your earbuds. Today we're diving into the tech tornado that's Apple, which just knocked old Samsung off its top smartphone spot. Hello, iPhone world domination. Get ready to fold into the future with Synaptics as they roll out groundbreaking touch controllers set to revolutionize your foldable devices. And don your eco-warrior cap while we explore Parsons' massive $1.5 billion contract tackling those pesky PFAS chemicals in collaboration with the US Air Force. Whether you're all about the shiny stocks or the world-saving tech innovations, we've got the nuances covered. Stay tuned. It's going to be a tech-filled roller coaster. Oh boy, Apple's been buzzing louder than a beehive at a honey contest today, and I've got all the juicy details for you. First up, Apple has trumped the global smartphone sales arena, valiantly wielding its shiny new iPhone 16e like a technological Excalibur, claiming a 19% market share worldwide in the first quarter. Thanks to its expanding reach in emerging markets, Apple danced past its old rival Samsung, which is nipping at its heels with an 18% share. Emerging markets have been Apple's ally, boosting its sales in unexpected corners of the globe: Japan, India, the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia, to be exact. So while Samsung's charming us with its S25 and A-series gadgets, Apple is busy trying to run the world like a catchy Queen song. And what about our friends at the International Data Corp? They show that the global smartphone shipments saw a slight upward blip of 1.5% in the first quarter. Apparently, Apple is serious about avoiding new tariffs because it's been hoarding iPhones like a technological Scrooge McDuck, flying up to 1.5 million phones to the US from India with what I imagine were some very anxious cargo pilots. But, sounding like an 11th hour miracle, Trump's decisions took the spotlight. He swooped in and excluded smartphones and other electronics from a package of reciprocal tariffs, prompting a happy jig among tech buyers and sparking a fervor in tech stocks on Wall Street. This nuanced dance with tariffs leads many analysts to predict that while the smartphone market seems rosy now, it might develop a thorn or two if tariffs make a comeback and decide to do the cha-cha on consumer demand. And now we move to Apple's skates on the stock market today. With the recent tariff exemptions, Apple's stock enjoyed quite the surge, brushing elbows with 210 to 56. Apparently, Jim Cramer dropped a cheeky warning about Nvidia and Apple shorts potentially making a comeback once stocks rally, like party poopers waiting to burst a piñata. Wedbush's Dan Ives threw in his 2 cents, penning a hypothesis that Apple is taking a page from a yet another trade war playbook and might hyper-focus on India for production. He nailed it when he suggested that exemptions give the company some breathing room to make longer strides on the global supply chain chessboard. And for those wondering why China still cozily hosts Apple's production palaces, it's less about labor costs and more about China's skilled labor force crushing it in the advanced tooling department. Cook paints a sure picture. If you stood tooling engineers from the US and China side by side, China would look like a packed stadium versus the US's rather empty room. Cue stadium favorites, peanuts, and popcorn. In conclusion, despite a roller coaster journey amidst tariffs and tech rivalries, Apple's holding the smartphone court like a tech Monet, creating chaos that somehow paints a lucid picture, claiming larger market highs and driven by an incredibly talented workforce anchored in China. Hold on to your gadgets, because the tech juggernaut shows no signs of slowing down. Hold on to your circuit boards, tech enthusiasts, because Synaptics is making waves in the foldable device market with its newest creation. The tech maestros over at Synaptics have just pulled back the curtain on their latest innovation, the S3930 series touch controllers. These nifty little gadgets are here to tackle the wild world of foldable OLED displays, and they're not taking this mission lightly. Foldable devices are the talk of the town, and with an eye-popping projected compound annual growth rate of 42%, it's no wonder Synaptics decided to hop aboard this fast-moving train. The S3930 series is tailored to overcome the high-octane challenges these foldable displays present, from high background capacitance that could make a light bulb blush to extreme display noise that's akin to having a rock concert in your pocket. The goal? To ensure that your finger-swiping, app-launching adventures are as smooth as a freshly lubed skateboard. But don't just take my word for it. Sam Toba, the director of product marketing over at Synaptics, says that the S3930 pumps out new sensing and filtering capabilities to keep those pesky display hiccups at bay. Imagine a well-rehearsed dance crew where everyone's in sync. That's what your touch experience should feel like. Now, let's get nerdy for a sec. The S3930 is rocking some serious tech-savvy gear, courtesy of Synaptics patents around multi-frequency region parallel sensing. This high-tech magic reduces the physical effort needed for large touch sensors. It's like moving from a manual typewriter to a sleek, modern laptop. Plus, an upgraded processor means it can handle complex algorithms like a pro, making noise and mistouch removal algorithms look like child's play. With the latest E7 MCU core from Sci5 and the Hydra Vector coprocessor, it's kitted out to do some serious machine learning heavy lifting. But wouldn't you know it, all this tech wizardry fits into an impressively small package. At just 5.1 x 6.8 millimeters, Synaptics is proving that size doesn't matter when you've got functionality in your corner. This compact fingerprint is a dream for developers looking to save space for larger batteries or other snacks the device might need. Now what's next? Well, at this stage, the S3930 series is like that tantalizing pie cooling on a windowsill. Everyone's waiting to get a taste. OEMs and LCD module manufacturers are giving it serious consideration for their next generation foldables. Mass production is set to hit full throttle come July 2025. So keep an eye on your calendars and watches because foldables are about to get a whole lot smarter and smoother thanks to Synaptics. In the stock market, Synaptics' efforts haven't gone unnoticed. The SYNA shares tipped upwards by about 1.11% to $48.36. Investors are giving a polite nod, waiting with bated breath to see how these developments roll out in coming years. Keep tuning in for more touch controller tales and device detours. Until then, may your fingerprints be as happy as a cat in a sunbeam. All right, folks, grab your tech curiosity hats because we're diving into why Parsons Corporation, trading under the ticker PSN on the NYSE, is making hefty waves in the tech and environmental sectors today. If you've ever wondered how the world of technology meets environmental stewardship, this is a textbook case. Parsons is in the spotlight for snagging a coveted position on a $1.5 billion contract with the U.S. Air Force. Now that's not just pocket change, is it? This contract, helmed by the Air Force Civil Engineering Center, is all about providing architect-engineer services for environmental issues. We're talking big-ticket problem-solving on a global scale, focused on tackling the infamous PFAS contamination and more. PFAS, which can give anyone a short-circuit headache, are those pesky forever chemicals that linger in the environment much longer than unwanted house guests. Parsons will be on the front lines, fighting not only PFAS, but gearing up against other emerging contaminants. The contract covers the next 5 years, making Parsons a long-term partner in the Air Force's green initiatives. Competing for task orders, Parsons will have its hands on everything from restoration projects to compliance strategies, conservation efforts, and key planning initiatives. Their rollout will cover Air Force bases, but they won't stop there. The ripple effects could reach boundless shores, including initiatives with federal entities like NASA and the Defense Logistics Agency. With over 50 years in the environmental engineering business, Parsons isn't green behind the ears. They're green in all the right ways. From solving past contamination headaches to their future-focused, cutting-edge solutions, they've shown they can dance to the tune of government contracts while conducting a symphony of state-of-the-art technology. But wait, there's more context. Just last week, Parsons clinched a $24 million gig to champion the Naval Medical Research Command's biological defense projects. Talk about a tech and defense combo. What makes this exciting news is that Parsons embodies the best of tech innovation, meshed with global goodness. It's the kind of win-win that makes even the most poker-faced stock investors nod in approval. So here's the billion-dollar question of the day. What are your thoughts on the role of tech companies like Parsons in tackling environmental issues? They've taken up quite the heroic mantle. I want to know if you think it's effective or if they're biting off more than they can chew. Let your thoughts overflow and drop them in the comments. We're all ears like a tech support team waiting for your call. Remember to ping the comments section with your thoughts, queries, or phenomenal insights. Let's hash it out together. After all, you might just inspire the next segment with your comment. All right, folks, let's put on our investment caps and dive into the world of shiny stocks, shall we? Today, I'm serving up my 2 cents on whether you might want to sell, buy, or hold on to SYNA, our friends over at Synaptics. Given today's news about Synaptics making big moves into the foldable device market with their new S3930 series touch controllers, I'm leaning towards a suggestion. Now, take that with a grain of silicon, because I'm here more to entertain than to be your financial advisor, so definitely do your own research. Here's why I'd consider buying. Synaptics is stepping right into what looks like a very lucrative future market. I mean, foldables with a projected 42% compound annual growth rate, that's a gravy train you might not want to miss. Their innovation, with those tantalizing new sensing and filtering capabilities, means Synaptics could edge out quite the position for themselves in this sector. Plus, these S3930 series touch controllers aren't just bells and whistles. They're bringing real technical prowess with multi-frequency region parallel sensing and state-of-the-art processors. The ability to integrate such powerful yet compact solutions into consumer devices is a crucial advantage, appealing to big OEMs gearing up for next-gen foldables. Not to mention, with their stocks nudging up and investor murmurs being fairly positive, the market seems somewhat receptive. It's always nice to catch stocks when they're about to take off. But remember, while I have a fanciful microphone and seemingly endless tech enthusiasm, your financial future lies in proper due diligence. So, what's the play? If you believe foldable tech is bound to boom and trust in Synaptics' technical wizardry, a buy might be your call. Otherwise, if you need more coffee and contemplation, holding off for more updates isn't bad either. Anyhow, remember folks, I'm here to toss thoughts and insights your way, but ultimately you're the captain of your investment ship. Be sure to do your own research. That's the best way to fuel your journey through the stock market seas. Well folks, today was a whirlwind of tech news and market movements. Apple is soaring in the smartphone battleground, brushing Samsung aside and showing the world how to navigate tariff perils like a pro. Synaptics dazzled us with their latest innovation for foldables, poised to ride that lucrative wave of futuristic devices. Meanwhile, Parsons is proving it's not just about tech, but taking strides to save the planet with impressive eco-defense missions alongside the US Air Force. If you're as hyped as I am, spread the word. Smash that like button, subscribe for your daily tech fix, and share this video with your fellow tech enthusiasts. Make sure to join us again tomorrow as we unravel more mind-blowing tech stories together.